Brandon, water shortage in California. What the hell? Who's behind it?
Yeah, so that was a perfect question, Rob. Is there anything malicious to this? So you guys ever hear the Wonderful Company?
Yes, but
You
I don't
recognize
remember
any
what
of
they
these
do.
products?
What are these products?
Yeah, we drink Fiji literally every day here in the building.
Wait, so Fiji,
need to stop.
Halo, pistachios, palm, seedless lemons. I don't touch those. But yeah, what's up?
I've got that hat too.
So,
Okay, go ahead.
So there's this couple that's named the Resnick family, and they started off like being almond farmers and things like that. They're into agriculture, and in 1994 there was this backroom deal that totally changed everything with water rights in California. So California has this weird history of first things first, like there's more than enough water in California, even with them dumping half their water into the ocean for some crazy reason. There is more than enough water in California to give them everything they need. But in 1994, the state transferred the rights of the public water to private companies.
Why would they do that?
Oh, I don't know. Why did people do things like this?
What was the name of the family?
The Resnicks. They're just they're Jewish billionaires.
Yep.
Jewish billionaires?
Yeah.
Jewish billionaires?
Yeah.
Ozanowski, right? Or how do you pronounce it?
Ashkenazi.
We're all secretly
bless
giving
you.
them the early life test while we're sitting here listening to you talk. Go
So-
ahead.
This deal. So first of all, California. Look, so this is a map showing
Can you
that
show this map?
the top half of the state, or the top third of the state for that matter, 75% of the water is in that little yellow greenish part, and then the bottom half of it's super dependent on that top part for that water, right? So normally they had water that would flow down, and that's what Trump keeps talking about, that the water is supposed to flow down to the bottom of it, but they cut off these reservoirs and make dams and then just send it out to the ocean for some reason. So this family, their reservoir has if you go to the next one. Next slide, please. So this is the Kern Water Bank, and it's located right there on that map. So it's kind of right at the bottom of where the things start to get dry, and this holds 488 billion gallons of water.
Damn.
Produces 120 billion gallons of water every year. So it's constantly refilling from the mountain flow and the rainfall. So it was built to capture water.
Okay.
And this thing this used to be state water, and the water used to go to the people in emergency situations, but this all changed when they made that deal in 1994. So now they're just sitting on this giant aquifer of water, and the people have to buy it from them, and the state has to buy it from them instead of it belonging to people.
So a question. They ran out of water in California
in LA.
In LA. There were fire hydrants, they saying there was no water in them.
But this is sitting there.
And that's sitting there. And why? They have to pay for it?
The state, this is now private. It used to be public, but the state gave it to them, and now the state has to buy it from them in emergency situations.
So So as of right now, are they buying water from these people?
At a shit ton high of a price.
How the hell is something like water in an emergency situation? Isn't there an override? To hell with you and your private bullshit. We're fucking
think
dying
about Maui.
right now.
Well,
think about Maui, where that happened. There was the water manager who came in years ago before the fire, who was, an indigenous rights activist who believed that, because water is sacred to the Hawaiian people, we have to preserve it for, religious grounds and on sensitivity to
that's
the
all
culture
bullshit,
of Native
though,
Hawaiians.
just like the fish. So anytime politicians start saying stuff like the indigenous rights or the fish or environmental stuff, that's when the bullshit detector really starts going off, because I knew right from the beginning when they said that it was all about the fish. It wasn't about the fish. So these people, I was surprised to see they're in favor of this thing called the Delta California Delta Stream. So that's the thing that Newsom shut down, that he said it would hurt the fish or whatever. But these people want that to happen. So I'm suspicious as to now people are saying oh, that should happen. So I don't know, they almost kind of benefit from these fires happening, because now people are going to be advocating for that Delta Stream that they wanted this whole time.
I just don't understand why would a state allow private citizens to buy water at that level with that chart. Can you show that chart again? Look at that's all there's on the bottom, Brandon.
So on the right side, yeah, that's a visual of what it looks like.
On the right side is a visual, and
that dot on the map is where it's located.
And that's theirs.
Yeah.
And so how many gallons was it?
About 500 billion gallons in there at a given time, but 120 billion flows into it per year.
Rob, why would a state give two private citizens
Because they're corrupt.
Well,
that's why. But you know, we always talk about the Emergency Secrecy Act. You're a big fan of that.
Yeah.
There's got to be a device that somebody has made by now that can convert and change salt water into fresh water.
Yeah, desalination.
Oh,
It's
How?
slow.
Okay.
No, it's energy intensive. That's the problem.
I grew up.
So we use nuclear
Exactly.
energy to
But
create that.
But California's shutting down all the nuclear energy reactors.
Back
Well,
to being corrupt.
Back to being fucking morons. Go ahead.
No, I grew up on desalinated water. Dubai, most of the water is desalinated.
Yeah.
It works perfect. Everyone had water. We had parks. We had everything. You know, like it's weird.
And it makes you tall.
Well, and isn't
It
that
makes it way taller than.
Isn't that wouldn't that help with the coastal flooding that they keep saying is going to be a problem when it comes to climate change? Is that the icebergs are melting and all that water's got to go somewhere? So why wouldn't you just scoop that water up? Maybe I'm just an idiot. Scoop that water up. Then what did you call it? What?
Desalination.
Yeah, desalinate that shit, and then now you have good water that you can use. Put it into the system, then you can pump it out of the hoses and put these fires.
It's
think,
too effective
Think about
a
how little
solution.
water we use, though. So, out of all the water in the world, it's 75% water. We use 97% of it's salt water, and the other 3%, half of it's frozen glaciers, and the other half of it's like the fresh water we use. There's still enough of that, but we use 1.5% of all the water in the world for everything that we do.
1.5. And there has, like I said, bro, we are too smart not to have something like every single problem has a solution. Can we agree? Can we agree to that? There's
Yeah.
a solution, but if there's no money to be made and there's no, it's all bullshit, bro. There's,
No, but
there's absolutely no way. If I lived there, I would take it into my own hands. Fuck HOA or whatever the hell you guys want to say. I'm protecting my house no matter how, I don't give a damn.
Well, with every fiber of my being, I think that they're letting this happen because Newsom's kind of just running around performing right now. I haven't heard of him doing a single proactive thing before this or during this or say anything that's solution oriented or productive.
No, he's still kissing Joe Biden's ass. Did you hear him? He's like, I'm talking to the president. What's up, Kelly? Yeah, I'm talking to the president. And, well, you know what he's been doing for the past year? He's been on the Joe Biden campaign, following wherever he goes and going to all these debates and shit and praising his character and who he is as a man and his brain. You're full of shit, new scum. I hate that guy, bro.
And there's another fun angle to this. I don't have enough time to cover it here, but I'm going to talk about it a little bit later tonight on my show at 8. But so the Getty family, Newsom's #1 sponsor that helped him get into office, there's an alleged theory that they have some dark, dirty stuff that they want to go away related to the Diddy stuff, and their stuff's being burned down right now, so which is very helpful to them, allegedly.
I also saw things about tunnels going to and from the Getty Museum.
Yep.
Are you going to talk about that
Yeah.
too? Oh yeah, okay, go watch that on the Brandon Aceto channel. That's
I saw. Did you saw the documentary about the family? The grandson got kidnapped and they sent the finger to the. He didn't want to give the ransom.
That was his ear.
His ear. Oh, yeah, they cut his ear off. My bad.
Yeah,
ear.
they were
It's a
savages.
documentary. I think Mark
We got two
Wahlberg
of
was in
those.
it.
Yeah.
Mark Wahlberg was in the
It's
movie.
a movie called All the Money in the World. It's very good based on the true story. It's definitely worth a watch. But back to the water thing. This just goes to show there's a deliberate effort to not invest in the clear solutions because you're never going to stop wildfires. You're never going to stop earthquakes. These are natural phenomenon and they happen when you live in certain places. Sort of like, hurricanes come through the Keys, wipe out every home down there, and then they rebuild it. Exact same spot, exact same design, because some things are just a hazard of where you live. But we can invest in solutions that help mitigate the disaster that these things cause. So all the people are like, why can't you just dump seawater? Obviously, you can't dump seawater on inland soil because you're basically salting
Adam was
the earth and
arguing for
nothing
that
will grow
yesterday on
there.
the show.
Yeah, you're salting the earth.
Adam's like, why can't we use the ocean water?
Nothing will ever grow there again.
Yeah, okay, but guys, I thought the same thing.
Yeah.
I gotta be honest.
Really?
I didn't know that you can't there's fires going on. Maybe we salt the earth a little bit for one day to put the fires.
It
Yeah,
ruins it for
but
like
that's
100 years, though.
that's the problem. Is that that's
It's already ruined.
that's not
Look
the
at
idiot.
state.
That's not an idiot take. It's just people don't.
It is an
don't
idiot
think
take.
about
Adam and I had it, so
Yeah.
it is an idiot take.
But-
But it's an idiot take a lot of people have.
If we invested in the kind of thing where we have access to rapid desalination
Oh,
plants.
tongue twister.
Forgive me for my mispronunciation.
It's okay.
there.
You're still a G.
Nuclear energy would make that possible. I don't know if any of you guys have ever seen the movie Top Secret with Val Kilmer. From way back in it's hilarious. Zucker brothers, the guys who did Airplane and Naked Gun. He's in he's spying in Berlin and runs into the scientist that they're holding captive. The guy tells him, he's working on this this machine that will be able to desalinate millions and millions of gallons of water a day in the blink of an eye. The guy says, think of what this could do for the starving nations of the world. And Val's like, oh my goodness. they'd have all the salt they could ever need. But exactly, like technological innovation in this would make a lot of sense, but people have deliberately deprioritized it because, like with the wonderful brand pistachio people now, they make more money when there's no solution to it.
Well, yeah, and I mean, like 80% of California's water goes to agriculture, which is super inefficient. Like irrigating, like farmland, is the most inefficient thing ever. You just like dump water on that shit instead of like doing it more precisely. But it comes to the core question of like, should people be allowed to own things like water? Like, I mean, I'm just imagining these snobby people sitting there like on their billions of gallons of water, like looks a little dry in LA today. Like, like, what are they gonna try and monetize air of the sun next?
Yeah, and can I ask you guys one question before we move on, Brendan? I had no idea that was even a thing.
Me and Umberto had like a divine intervention last night where like I started watching this video. It's talking about this, and like I'm 2 minutes in, he's like, "Holy shit!" I'm like, he's watching the same exact video at the same time.
Oh, he watched at the same time?
Yeah, like total
Pretty
accident.
wild.
It's wild. We're being psyoped.
So
By each other.
Kelly, I want to
Yeah, each other.
I want to know, Jake. I want to know you guys too. So with the current situation that's happening in California, and my heart again, our prayers, our hearts, everything goes out to these people, to a great recovery, whatever they're going through. I asked the question.
Oh, those are the people, Cal.
With the current situation, do you think California Democrats are going to keep voting Democrat? 100% they're sheep, never again, or 3 voting is pointless because there's no voter ID? What do you think? And I'll let you go. I'll let you know what my poll out of 3,000 people said. Yes,
They will keep on.
they keep voting.
Keep voting the same.
Keep voting.
Who are you asking?
I'm asking you.
I think differently.
Okay, Brandon.
I think they need a celebrity to run as a Republican if they're gonna have a Republican win. Like,
But meaning Gavin, whoever, they're gonna still keep voting Democrat. Like this doesn't change the thing. I want to know what the chat thinks too. You guys think yes or no? Y or N? You guys think California's 73% of my poll said absolutely. They're gonna keep voting. And guess what? So at some point, you have to be like, guys, you keep voting for this. You're gonna keep getting it, and people are gonna start not feeling bad for you. Okay? You had a chance with Larry Elder. Okay? You had a chance with Rick Caruso. You guys want this freaking slick back-haired douchebag who, look at his track record. Didn't he get caught sleeping with his friend's wife or something allegedly? Wasn't that a fact? Rob, can you look that up?
Who, Newsom?
Gavin Newsom
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
had to apologize. That's his character. That's who he is. He's don't get me wrong, professional at what he does. Through and through, he's exactly what he is. He's a freaking snake politician. Rob, what
Newsom had an affair with his secretary, Ruby Rippick Tork, the wife of his campaign manager and good friend.
Oh, so guys, if you want to know anything about the guy's character, there you go. So if you like this clip, click right here. And if you want to see more like it, click right here. Stay angry, Patriots.